I see a few more folks coming in. We will get started in just a minute. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Please throw something in the chat if you can't. Okay, well, 10:02, time to get started. Again, welcome and thanks for joining. You are at Discover Homeopathy, and I am Kathleen Rapoli, founder of SimplaFYI. SimplaFYI is a health and well-being company focused on integrative care. And today we are here with one of our SimplaFYI practitioners, Vandana Pitke, who is going to talk with me and us about homeopathy, what it is and what the value of it is. So Vandana, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So hello, everyone. And thank you, Kathleen, for having me here. And thank you, SimplaFYI. And thanks, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Vandana Pitke, and I am a certified homeopath. I did my graduation in India, and that is like 5.5 years medical degree program in homeopathy. Earned my master's in psychological counseling. And then in 2009, I came to US with my husband. I started my practice back in India in 2004. And 2009, I came with my husband. I did certification in homeopathy by the Council of Homeopathic Certification in US, and then I started my full-time practice. I practice at It's My Health in Cumberland, Rhode Island, and in Massachusetts from my home office. I am also a managing director of Rhode Island Holistic Healing Association, and I took that role in March 2022. This is like in my family, my generation is the third one in Ayurveda. My grandfather, my brother, and me, we all are in Ayurveda, so I have that background as well. Along with homeopathy, I incorporate many other holistic modalities, and which are mudra meditation. I am also a master mindfulness practitioner and Reiki master as well. Then I teach many classes, and like at the end, we can show you how, like recently I have scheduled many classes. I also teach flower remedies, then mindfulness and cell salts, and the whole homeopathic series. Like I usually start in April, and I dedicate that to the founder of homeopathy, the father of homeopathy, because his birthday comes in April. So
Vandana, that is a good segue, I think, into sharing what is homeopathy and how does it work?
Yeah, so homeopathy, basically it started like 220 years ago, 220 years ago, and Dr. Samuel Hahnemann was a German physician, and he was a father of homeopathy. So the word homeopathy is a combination of two words, and the roots are in Greek language. So homeos means similar or like, and pathos means the disease or like pathological condition. So homeopathy means like cures like, or the substance, if a healthy person ingest, can produce the same symptoms and that are cured or treated the same kind of symptoms when we find those in diseased person. So let me give you a simple example. If somebody is cutting an onion, what kind of symptoms we can get, right? Runny nose, watery eyes, maybe sneezing, correct? So if we are taking Allium cepa, we can cure that symptoms, right? If somebody is coming with the common cold with same symptoms. So, or so the whole idea was started like Dr. Samuel Hahnemann back in mid 1700s. He was a medical doctor, a physician, and he started his practice, but was not very happy with the results because people used to come with the same kind of symptoms again and again, or with the more severe or more complicated conditions. So he gave up his practice and started translating the medical journals. And while translating Cullen's Materia Medica, he came to a reference that cinchona bark juice can produce malaria-like symptoms. And this clicked Dr. Hahnemann that, oh, okay, so how about let's try this? So he started taking the juice, and after a few days, he eventually developed the symptoms like malaria, which is like headaches, then periodicity or chills, high fever. So he thought like, how about if I try this on actual patients of malaria? And he started giving the cinchona bark juice to the malarial patients, and they got cured. So this is how homeopathy was born. Then Hahnemann, like we call it provings. He proved many other remedies, and in his life, he proved 72 remedies. So till now, after 220 or 230 years, homeopathic medicines are proved on healthy human beings. No animals are involved, both the genders and all the age groups. Many references are being taken from actual patients. So if I'm giving, say, a remedy to a patient who got cured with another condition, even if I'm treating, say, condition A, but condition B got cured, so that can be taken as a reference for next like material. And today in homeopathy, we have like thousands of remedies.
So I guess that is fascinating to me. So thank you for sharing that. And, maybe just share a little bit with us on what the benefits of homeopathy are, and what conditions have you treated successfully in your practice?
Okay, so benefits of homeopathy are numerous because it is natural medicine. All the remedies are made from like either plants or flowers or animal products or minerals. Then there are no side effects. Anybody can use it, from babies to the hospice patient. Anybody can be like treated with homeopathy. Um, they are like very reasonable prices available. The price of one little bottle I have here, like it is just $7 to $8, and 80 to 100 pills are there. So it is price wise reasonable. Then there are no side effects. Anybody can take it. These are like, and we can take all these medications along with Ayurvedic or herbs or even allopathic medicines, or if somebody is on chemotherapy. So there is no interaction because homeopathy works on energy level and not the material level.
Okay.
And the conditions I have treated, like there is like no limitation of the scope of homeopathy. So whatever comes from the birth till the death, any conditions can be treated with homeopathy. And I have successfully treated like allergies, then skin diseases, mental health issues, and digestive issues. So there are like many cases on, like, even you can read the testimonials on my website. And I have shared in blogs the success stories, and they are wonderful cures. And cure.
That is great. And you know what? I think that sounds like a nice thing for us to include in our thank you note for everyone who came, some of those blog stories, so that folks can really read about that, and the testimonials. So thank you for sharing that. And then during this crazy time that we had, and are still, I think, recovering from, I would say, COVID-19, were you able to help folks through that process?
Yeah, absolutely. I treated 250 patients in 2 years of this COVID period. And, there were like 8 age groups from 4-year-old to 82 years old granny, and no one had like any issues, no complications. Everybody got cured.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting news to hear.
And yeah, people were having like, a complicated pneumonia and the lingering cough, right? They also got cured. That was miraculous. Yep.
So I do want to just say to the audience, if you have any specific questions that you want us to cover and there's time, throw them in the chat. We'll try to cover them. If we don't get to them, we'll definitely cover them in the thank you note and make sure that they are surfaced for everyone to learn from. Anything else that you wanted to share on benefits or conditions before we move on?
So as I said, there is no limitation of scope of homeopathy. We can treat any condition. There
So
is
let
no
me
specific.
ask about a specific one that's coming to my mind. And I know
Okay.
it is something that a lot of people, I'm going to use the word suffer. I'm not sure that's the right word. I don't know that suffer sometimes is in our mind, but pain in particular. How does and can homeopathy help folks who have pain?
Oh, wonderful question. So depends like what are the root causes of the pain. So when I'm treating specific conditions, we like my first session itself goes like 2 to 3 hours. So we try to go and analyze the root cause of it, why the pain is there. So is there any emotional cause? Is there like accidental pain, or is there like, because sometimes diet is the culprit, sometimes the lifestyles is culprit, so we don't know. That is why homeopathy is a holistic medicine, and the whole case, like the first session goes in detail, and maybe like that history can be go into like childhood, or if I'm treating the patient who is like in child group age group, that can go up to like the pregnancy, because
Oh,
we are carrying so
interesting.
many, yeah, because we are carrying so many impressions right from the day uh,
Yeah.
the zygote is
So,
formed.
you said something, and I think that was really valuable, which is really the identification of the root cause.
Mhm.
So versus just trying to uh, for lack of a better word, treat the symptom, right? It is
Mhm.
really, how do we get down to really fully understand what's happening within in the body? And the
Yeah,
reality is that all of our bodies are completely different. And yes, if you look at
exactly.
this sort of norms and things like that, that is there. But all of us are really unique individuals in terms of how
Yes.
the pieces are put together, if you
Yeah.
will, and then
Mhm.
manifest into what we do every day. So
Exactly.
that root cause is
So,
really
mhm.
important and valuable information. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, homeopathy is an individualized medicine, because I have to go and look just for one remedy or two remedies from thousands of remedies.
Mhm.
So that this is the individualized medicine. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
great. So could you just give us some reasons, like why would someone reach out to a homeopathic practitioner? And then, you know, more importantly, because I know a lot of us are, when we work, right, our employers typically provide some health insurance, and that is really geared at the moment into the sort of the Western model.
Mhm.
And how would you suggest people blend homeopathy into their typical health and wellness regimens?
Okay. So if they are looking for a treatment for specific conditions, they can like it's homeopathic medicines are really like you can carry the bottles in the purse and take the pill, and most of the time I just let people know that just put the reminders, because sometimes the doses are 4 times a day or 2 times a day. And as I said, if you are on treatment, say allopathic, or there is no interaction with all these other medicines, so it becomes very easy. And homeopathic medicines, the doses, each dose basically gives a boost to your own healing powers. So we all are energy, we all
Mhm.
have that healing energy within us, so we just have to allow that healing energy to work. And because of our lifestyle, because of our diet, because of our emotions, we just block it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when we match the remedy to the person's personality or the holistic approach, or we call the totality of symptoms, those blocks get removed. And each dose gives the boost to our own healing energy, that wake up and take charge of your own health and do
Mhm.
your work.
Mhm.
So it becomes easy. And most of the time, when the remedy is right, along with just, not your condition gets cured, but your digestion, your um, sleeping pattern, your appetite, and your energy level, the sense of well-being, everything gets like comes up. So these are the side effects of the treatment when the remedy is correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
So
that
it's
feels like back to the root cause, right? So
Mhm.
how this helps is that those pillars that we think of, and you mentioned many of them, your nutrition, your sleep, those things that are the pillars of our well-being, this has that value. We do have a question from the audience I want to share. So one is, what type of allergies have you treated successfully? So it is, I don't know about, maybe this person's feeling it as well, but I know I am. I'm starting to have my fall allergies. I don't even know what they are because I've never, bothered to find out, but I definitely am noticing them. So can you share anything around that?
Sure. So I would say you just name it, like food allergies, especially the nuts allergies, then environmental allergies, like sometimes contact dermatitis, so metals or something like that. So the thing is, many of the times, it starts with gut, or if it is from the vaccines, or we don't know. So there are remedies, and each person is given the individual plan of the treatment. So like what I remember on the fly, many allergies I have treated, right from even if they are from birth, or even if they are from acquired, or and the severity, how severe and complicated the allergies are.
Well, then, is it true to say? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the next question, what I read here, is this a lifelong treatment? No, it depends, because most of the time it just takes 3 months or 6 months or maybe 1 year, but people are later symptom free, or the severity of the symptoms just get lessened and they are just minimal symptoms are there. And each person is different, so we never know. Sometimes people take different time frames when it comes to treatment, the duration of the treatment.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess that brings us to that next question. When we are working in our sort of typical health and wellness regimen, there may be some medications we're already taking, which I suspect have to come into play with the work that you would do. And, so you blend these two pieces?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So from my experience treating the cancer patients, even if they are on chemotherapy, homeopathic remedies can be taken along with that. Even I don't know if people are aware, but in European countries, homeopathy is integrated along with the oncology department. So it's easy. Even in India, yeah, we can. It's easy. As I said, they don't interact, and homeopathy works on an energy level, and these are the on material level.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Great, thank you. And then, this question always comes up no matter where I am. So I wanted to include it for consideration and conversation here. Do health insurers cover homeopathy, and or whatever, if they do or don't? Is it a qualifying expense for folks, HRAs, FSAs, or HR? Should have said HSAs. So
yeah. So insurance companies, most of them, they don't cover homeopathy. Pain conditions like chronic pains, sometimes some insurance companies can cover that, but not the full coverage, maybe a part of it. But practitioner, as a practitioner, I don't reach out to insurance companies. It goes on the client's responsibility, their side. And yes, they can use HRA, HSA, all these cards, and even the remedies can be bought by using these cards. Even Amazon or some pharmacies, they accept these kind of cards as well. Most of the time I put the order to the pharmacies, and people just pay for those expenses to me, so that they are covered under these kind of accounts.
Right. Got it. So here's a question that just came to mind as you were talking about that. You mentioned that you will send a prescription, I'm thinking, to a pharmacy. So is it that a mainstream pharmacy like a CVS, or is it a special sort of homeopathic pharmacy?
So we have many pharmacies in US, the manufacturing pharmacies, and homeopathic pharmacies are different than CVS or Rite Aid or whatever. So Boiron is one company, say, or OHM is one company, or I and E Organics are. So I put order there, and those will be shipped to the client's
Okay.
shipping address. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are in Rhode Island or Cumberland, there is one store, It's My Health. You can buy remedies from them as well.
I've seen, in fact, I think I have one up the street from me, which is
Mhm.
a special pharmacy for more of the holistic remedies. But you are mentioning that the FSA cards and the HRA cards and the HSA cards would cover some of those. And
Yeah,
that's great here.
Yeah, it depends. Like if they have those specific kind of settings in their account, those pharmacy can accept those cards. But most of the time, like if they don't, then, and if people want to use these cards, then I put the order and those will be shipped to you. And for me, it's easier to put the order there, because people get confused with different names, different potencies, different sizes of the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Any other questions? We've got about 7 minutes left, and we do want to spend a little time for Vandana to share a little bit about her sessions, but certainly would love some feedback on what you're hearing, and if there are other curiosities that you'd like to discover before we wrap for today. This has been very informative so far for me, I'll tell you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
While we're waiting for that, feel free to talk a little bit about your sessions, Vandana.
Okay, so the first session goes around, as I already mentioned, 2 to 3 hours. I know it's very exhaustive for me and for the clients as well, because people sometimes get shocked. Oh, okay, 2 hours.
Can you chunk that up, or does it have to be 2 hours, one and
2
done?
hours, 3 hours. The longest I have been done sessions for 4 hours as well.
Wow.
Because people are in the flow, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to disturb. I just keep the clock away and just let them talk. And, there are some protocols of the questions, which I rarely follow, but I just let them talk, because sometimes people just need somebody to listen.
Right.
Yeah. And the case taking itself is so cathartic that people feel most of the time 20%, 50% better in the first session itself, especially the mental health issues.
Right.
So yeah, so as I said, my focus is to choose 1 or 2 remedies for them, and then individualize the remedies, the person, and then I make the whole treatment plan. I send that through email, and the treatment plan can include maybe cell salts, or maybe homeopathic, or just a simple mudra to follow the hand gesture, or most of the time the flower remedies. So it contains the whole thing. And
is it fair to say that it would really be difficult to say, we do it this long and then you're done, because of that variability of each individual, and things probably even change for them during that time, I would imagine, in terms of either what they're exposed to, what they're ingesting from when you began.
Yeah, so it depends how chronic the disease is. If it is from years and years and people are taking medications for that, of course that condition takes longer. If it is something, say, acute, I'm treating. So as I treated the COVID patients, they don't have to come and see me, and that session just goes for 20 minutes. The acute takes just 15 to 20 minutes. The chronic cases I'm talking about, yes, that takes the whole time.
Yeah.
And yeah, most of the time they feel just I would like to share my personal experience that when I took my first dose, I felt so relieved, and I never have to take it again. It's been 15 years now. My condition got cured. I felt so light, that as if I'm flying in the sky as a bird.
That's lovely. That's very encouraging.
So
we've got 4 minutes left. So I just wanted to call out, I will be sharing the slides, but want to remind folks that Vandana does offer a 20% discount for SimplaFYI members. And let me just quickly go here so that folks know what's next, just in case you have to jump and we are still talking. You will receive a thank you email and a personal thank you. So thanks again. A link to the recording, a link to Vandana's programs and services, a link to join SimplaFY if you are not already a member. There is a trial, so feel free to join. And then just save the date for our October Discover event, which is going to be on October 15th. Vandana, some more. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to be sure that if folks, be respectful of time, but more, more information for us. Anything?
Yeah, I would highly recommend to go and check my website, the blogs, the success stories, and my testimonials. Plus, I would highly recommend to take classes with me so that you can learn about homeopathy in detail. And there are many other classes of flower remedies and self salts and mindfulness. And yeah, I hope I can see people from this platform to be there at attending my classes.
Yeah, and this has been really informative. So thank you very much for joining us today, Vandana. Thanks to everyone who jumped on and gave us 30 minutes of their time this morning. Really appreciate that. Hope to see you in October. And in the meantime, be on the lookout for the thank you email and other updates on SimplaFY happenings.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathleen, for this opportunity to be here and talk about homeopathy. And thanks to everyone for joining us.
Yes. All right. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Take care.
Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye, everyone.